Hey there guys, it's Tina and I am back, and I am here with another Get Ready With Me video featuring this sultry sexy look that I tossed together using my Mothership palette from Pat McGrath. This is number 3, Subversive, really sexy shades, and I wanted to just play around with this palette because I haven't really been playing with my makeup too much, and I take these Get Ready With Me videos as an opportunity to play in my makeup, things that I already have in my collection that aren't necessarily getting the most use, and you might already have it in your collection too and you're looking for some inspiration. So it's a great time to just pull out your palettes and play along if you have them, or you can just use this as an inspiration and pull things out from your collection that you already have as well. This is simply for us to have fun with our makeup and stop buying so many new products. I'm also keeping this a little bit for the sisters because I have Pat McGrath on the lids and on the lips, and on my face I am using Juvia's Place. Now I don't do the full skin in this video because there is a demo and review coming up with the products that I used, which happen to be these little shade sticks from Juvia's Place, so stay tuned for that. I will link it as soon as it goes live. And yeah, I'm gonna stop yapping now and let's go ahead and just jump into the video. Alright guys, so normally I would say I'm starting off with a clean, freshly washed face, but that is not the case this time around. I'm actually starting out with my face already prepped, foundation, concealer, all that jazz. I am doing a demonstration and review of the complexion products that I already have on, and those are from Juvia's Place. These are the Shade Stick Foundation Sticks. So I'm using it as a foundation shade, a contour, and a highlight under my brows as like concealer. So I will leave the details down below in the description box, as well as the video linked over here once it goes live, so you can check it out to see how I applied those different products. But yeah, skin is already done, set, prepped, and ready to go. And we are keeping it with the sisters today because I am using a Mothership palette from Pat McGrath. It is Mothership 3 Subversive, which is one of my top, I believe, top 3 palettes from her collection. I will leave my video ranking all my Pat McGrath palettes over here so you can check that out to see where the other palettes ranked in my lineup. But we're gonna go in with this palette here because I want to get more use out of my products, as I mentioned before, and we're gonna do something fun with this. I feel like mixing a ton of shades together, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Come on in a little closer. Okay, the concealer is already creasing, so we're just gonna buff that out really quick. And Auntie Patricia does not have a blending shade in this palette for me, so I'm just gonna grab my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish powder in the shade Dark. I got this deluxe little sample from Sephora as one of their 100-point perks, and I'm like, this is so cute. It's perfect to just use as a transition shade since it is one of my foundation powders that I would use to set my foundation anyway. So why not use it to set the crease area? And I'm just buffing that in the crease just to give us something to blend these darker eyeshadows up against. So we're gonna start out with the dark matte brown in the palette, which is Deep Shade. This shade is a really rich dark brown, so be careful how much of this you pick up on your brush because it can get very intense. And I'm just gonna apply that to the outer crease and outer lid area, trying to be light with this, but it's gonna get dark very quickly because again, it's a rich dark shade. And I'm actually gonna go in with a clean blending brush. This is the Sonia Kashuk Detail Pro Brush, just to go around the edges and soften it a bit and to really blend out that shade because I don't want it to get too deep and dark and overwhelming. Then I'm going to go in with the champagne shade from the palette, which is Skin Show Fever, and I'm just going to apply that with a rougher number 2 eyeshadow brush. I'm applying that to the inner tear duct and inner lid and lightly blend that towards the center of the lid. I just want this to be our brightening shade on the inner tear duct and on the inner lid area. And I'll go around the edge of that color just to blend it out to make sure that we have a seamless blend and there are no harsh lines. Now that color to me needs a little amping up, so I'm gonna spritz my brush with a little bit of my Smashbox primer water, and I'll apply that color again to the inner lid and tear duct area, just to add a little bit of intensity, because as you can see, dry, it kind of falls a little flat, and I want it to be a lot more intense than it originally came off. Now let's go in with the star of the show, which is going to be Night Creature. This is a deep magenta shade, so it has purple reflex to it, but it has a strong pink duochrome to it as well. So it's going to come off purpley pink, and I'm just applying that to the center of the lid and feathering it in with the lighter color on the inner tear duct and also with the outer V shade. Now I'm gonna go in with this beautiful shade, which is Blitz Amethyst, and we're gonna amp that center shade up a bit. I'll spritz my brush just to really intensify that shade. This is one of the special shades, and it's a purple blue duochrome, and it's really gonna shine on the lid over that Night Creature shade. It's gonna give us that real beautiful duochrome. And I'll just go around the edge of the color just to make sure it's seamless with the other shades that we have down already. And then to amp it up even more, I'm gonna go in with VR Pink. This one is also a duochrome, and why not? I'm applying that mostly on the inner lid area because I feel like that gold from Skin Show Fever is just a little bit too yellow. It's a champagne, but it's coming off just too golden, too yellow, and I want the pink and the blue to shine on the lid rather than having that gold inner tear duct. So I think that tames the color quite a bit. And now I'll go back in with the deep shade, which is the name of the actual color, but it's the dark brown, on the Sonia G brush, just to add a little bit more dimension and depth and to blend that color so we still have that depth in the outer V and the shimmer doesn't overwhelm it. I'm going to even add a little bit of the black, which is Extreme Black, which is just a matte black, nothing crazy. And I'm just gonna pop that on the very outer V to give a little bit more smoky depth to that color. And I'm really pushing it into the outer V, so it's just giving depth rather than adding too much color and overwhelming the dark brown. And these shades blend really easily together, which is one thing you can say about the Pat McGrath shades, that they apply well, blend out easily without overwhelming the look too much. Now I already have my skin prepped and ready, so I don't have to go in with the foundation, but I am gonna set everything down with a powder because I just prefer a matte look to my skin. And I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter Airbrush, what is it called? The Flawless Finish, the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfect in Micro Powder. And this is the shade Dark, and I'm just going to apply that all over my skin to set everything down because we don't want to get shiny, because I am prone to getting shiny and I prefer not to be a glowy queen. I know a lot of people love to glow. I am not one of those people, so let's just blend that all over our skin. And because I already had the foundation on, I'm just going to go under the eyes and blend out the edge of the eyeshadow as well, right at the very outer V. I feel like the duochrome on the center of the lid isn't picking up as much as I want to, so I'm gonna go in with my fingers, which is not my preferred way, but we'll do it anyway. So we're gonna intensify that color just a bit with our fingers, and then I'll go back in with the brush just to make sure everything is blended. Now for my highlight, I'm going in with this yellow shade from the Menagerie Cosmetics, what is it called? The Killer Purr palette. And I know it looks a little bit stark, a little bit crazy. You're probably like, what the hell are you doing? However, I discovered in my last Get Ready With Me, if you haven't watched it, I'll link it so you can check it out. It's a beautiful highlight color that actually works really well on my skin tone. And once you blend it in and buff it out, it doesn't look yellow anymore. You can definitely build it up to that yellow on the skin, but if you blend it out, as I'm doing now with my MAC 252, it just gives a beautiful highlight. So don't judge me until you see it really in action and I pull everything together, because sometimes I do things that look a little questionable until you see the final result. Just doing a final blend, and then we'll go in with mascara. I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics Lash Blowout Mascara because I've really been loving it. it gives such a beautiful curl to the lashes that I didn't even really realize was happening until I started wearing it more and more. I was like, wow, this actually does give a curl compared to my Too Faced Better Than Sex. So I've just been using it. I love it. Gives a nice look to the lashes. It's nice, rich black, gives volume and added curl. So if you're looking for mascara that's gonna help with your curl, you might want to check this out. Now I have a natural curl to my this had to happen, right? But I have a natural curl to my lashes, so I don't rely on mascara to curl my lashes, but I think this one is a good one to look into because it does give me a curl. Even though I already have a natural curl, I can see the results. So if you curl your lashes with a lash curler, then go in with this. I'm sure it's going to hold the curl really well. We're going to clean this up after it dries because it just had to happen today. It had to happen. Here I am singing your praises, mascara, and you wanted to sabotage me, you jerk. Jerk. Alright guys, before we go ahead and do the false eyelashes and all that, let's go in and finish up the lower lash line. So I'm going back into the palette and I'm grabbing this shade here, Gigabyte, which I don't know how this is gonna look with the blue and pink and stuff, but we're gonna go for it. Gigabyte here. Let me spritz my brush because we already learned that these shades don't pick up well on their own, or at least not with the level of intensity I want. And these special shades can get a little flaky, and I don't want them in my eye, so dampening the brush helps with that, even though this is still like very sparkly and all over the place. I'm gonna actually pull that color about halfway in, or like no, 3/4 of the way in. It looks very pretty, and then I'm gonna go in with the black shade and kind of smoke out the lash line. So I'm going right against the lash line now to add a little bit of contrast. So it's a little bit bolder against that gold, so the gold can stand out a bit, because by itself it just doesn't look like it's picking up. With the black it kind of intensifies. And you can go back in with the gold as well just to make sure the gold shows up. Okay, see, with the black it gives a little bit more intensity and color payoff. And I'll also go around the edges just to blend that out a little bit. Now I'm gonna go ahead with my lashes. I'm using the Ardell Faux Mink lashes in the style Wispies, and these are just fun lashes to add volume without giving me too much length, because I don't like big heavy lashes, and because these are faux mink, they're very comfortable on the lash line. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop those on my upper lashes. Once I pop my lashes on, I'm gonna go ahead and curl them using my Shoot Immoral Lash Curler. This will help to blend the false eyelashes with my natural lashes. That just gives them more of a seamless finish. And also to add to that seamless finish, I'm gonna go in with some liquid eyeliner. This is from Sephora. It's the Long Lasting Eyeliner in the shade Black. I'm gonna use this to line the upper lash line where the glue meets the lash band. That's gonna help to cover up any shiny finish that's left behind and any eyeshadow fallout that may be on the lash band itself. Then I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my lower lash line with my lower lash mascara, which is my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, and a little bit of black eyeliner from Urban Decay. This is the Perversion 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. For my lips, I'm gonna keep it with Pat McGrath, so I'm going in with the Omi Matte Trance lipstick. This is a medium toned rosy pink shade. It's really beautiful, really comfortable on the lips. I love this shade and I love it on my skin tone specifically. And I'm gonna add a little dimension to the lips with a little bit of my Christian Audette and Mel Thompson lip liner in the shade Smooches. It's just gonna anchor the lip look a little bit more than just the lipstick on its own. And then I'm gonna top this off with my Flesh Fantasy gloss from Pat McGrath. This was from her holiday set, but I think I'm gonna get this in a full size because I absolutely love how this lip looks. To finish up the cheeks, I'm keeping it again with my sisters, so I'm going in with the Saharan Blush palette from Juvia's Place. This is volume 2, and the shade I'm gonna pop on my cheeks is Tau. This is just a warm corally blush, but it comes off a little bit pinky on my cheeks, and I'm just gonna blend that on my cheeks using my Juvia's Place J201 powder blush. This gives a beautiful color. Be mindful though, because these are pigmented. And then to top it off with a little bit of glow, I'm gonna go in with Sola, also from the palette. This is a shimmery pink with a golden sheen to it. It's really beautiful and it works really well as a blush topper, just to give a little bit of glow to the cheeks, because I'm not trying to go too glowy, because that's just not my jam. So here you have it, guys. This is the completed look. I absolutely love it. These earrings are from Zara, so if you want to check them out, I'll leave the link below if they're still available, because God knows with Zara. And this initial necklace is from Bauble Bar. I love this look, guys. What do you guys think? It's a beautiful, sultry, smoky look with some interesting duochrome to it. Now, I will say, the Pat McGrath eyeshadows are not my favorite. I know, oh my God, gasp, gag, blasphemy. It's, if anybody speaks out about Pat McGrath, it's like a whole thing. They are not my favorite eyeshadows necessarily. It's not like my favorite color combination, but you still can get some beautiful looks from her. My favorite from her are her matte shades, because I think they're just so richly pigmented, yet they blend out and apply beautifully. So I love her matte shades over her shimmer shades. I know people go crazy about the shimmers and the special shades. Those are my favorite, but again, still a beautiful look. It's just not necessarily my jam. So let me know what you guys think. As usual, I'm gonna go ahead and leave a full list of all the products used and mentioned in this video down below in the description box, where you can check them out. I will also leave links to where you can pick them up, which are affiliate links, and that means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. If you do purchase through my links, thank you so much, because it does help me to put right back into the channel, and I do appreciate that support. But if you're not comfortable with that, just shop the way you normally shop. No muss, no fuss. And I will also leave links to my Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, where you should be following me along for a little bit of sass. We're a little vulgar there, so I'm gonna just forewarn you. I'm not necessarily the most PG on those sites, but you know, it is what it is. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.